Thousands of miners across West Virginia have been laid off in recent years. I'm Taylor Deere, and straight ahead, I'll tell you how a decision by Congress may put more miners in an even bigger financial hole. Our Emmy Award-winning WVU News starts now. Clowns have been reported lurking in and out of wooded areas since they were first spotted in South Carolina in mid-August. But now this trend has grown, and clowns have been spotted popping out of the woods to scare people in all 50 states. I'm Taylor Deere, and straight ahead, I'll tell you about a new law that has Morgantown residents piling into restaurants for Sunday brunch. Our Emmy Award-winning WVU News starts now. Researchers at California State University San Bernardino found that hate crimes towards Muslim Americans were up 78% in the course of 2015 alone. Now imagine you're walking down the street being stared at, judged, and could potentially be in danger just for wearing your religious garb. I'm Taylor Deere, and coming up next, I'll tell you why retailers like Target are pulling clown masks off of their shelves. And while thousands of West Virginia residents tuned in to watch the first presidential debate, millions of Americans were glued to their TVs, 84 million to be exact, making this presidential debate the most watched debate in American history. The United Mine Workers of America are doing all they can to ensure that the 11,000 remaining West Virginia coal miners who have spent decades powering America will continue to get the health care and retirement pensions that they so desperately need. West Virginia has had a law for decades that no alcohol can be purchased in the state until 1 p.m. on Sunday afternoons. But since the brunch bill was passed, local restaurants can start serving alcohol at 10 a.m. for Sunday brunch. Controversy is spreading throughout America as the presidential race heats up. I'm Taylor Deere, and straight ahead, I'll tell you how the first debate may impact election results. I'm Taylor Deere, and straight ahead, I'll tell you about the spike in hate crimes towards Muslim Americans since 9/11. Our Emmy Award-winning WVU News starts now.
In Hannah, Islamophobic hate crimes are still 5 times more common than they were before 9/11. I had the chance to learn the stories of some local Muslims who said that one day back in 2001 altered the course of their lives forever.
Thousands of incidents have been reported since 9/11 of violent acts, threats, and vandalism on homes and mosques, targeting both Muslims and those that appear to be Muslim.
My mom will constantly call me and be like, you know, for your protection, please, 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 don't stay out late. Don't spend extra time on campus if you don't need to. Don't be out if you know a lot of people will be drinking.
In a report by the FBI, during the immediate months following 9/11, Islamophobic hate crimes jumped 1,600% and still remain 5 times more common. Researchers at California State University San Bernardino found that hate crimes towards Muslim Americans were up 78% in the course of 2015 alone. Now imagine you're walking down the street being stared at, judged, and could potentially be in danger just for wearing your religious garbs. According to the Washington Post, in 2015, 52% of Americans said they believe Islam is more likely than any other religion to encourage violence. But how do Muslims feel about those who committed terrorist acts like 9/11?
I don't believe them as a Muslim, no, because Islam does not promote violence. Islam does not promote killing innocent people.
It's infuriating that people will look to the few people who commit these acts and not to the larger majority of people who will do good things on a daily basis.
Many Muslims have gone as far to change their names to avoid the discrimination they expect to face in all areas, from employment to housing.
And Hannah, they're not the only ones taking precautions. I talked to local officials to see how these crimes could affect Halloween.
A pattern of people dressing up as clowns and scaring communities has been seen across the United States, and it's even poured into Europe. And police aren't exactly sure what these people want.
Don't know what they're looking for. It could be attention. It could be just to catch in on a fad.
Clowns have been reported lurking in and out of wooded areas since they were first spotted in South Carolina in mid-August. But now this trend has grown, and clowns have been spotted popping out of the woods to scare people in all 50 states.
And retailers like Target are now taking clown costumes off their shelves. But not all costume shops feel that this is a logical solution.
I mean, everyone is free to do what they want, and in business, I know it's about making money, but I know that that's nothing we ever thought about doing, and that's nothing that I would think to do.
Creepy clowns have been seen holding weapons such as knives and guns. And with trick or treat coming up, these clowns could be more of a threat than ever.
There are people out there that could be using this as an opportunity to do other malicious and mischievous types of things, and whether it be property damage or actually try to get back or do something to somebody else.
So far, around 70 arrests have been made throughout the country for people terrorizing communities in clown costumes. And Hannah, before this bill was passed, alcohol couldn't be served until 1 p.m. on Sunday. I found out what this change will mean for businesses.
We're engaging.
Governor Earl Ray Tomblin signed the brunch bill into effect in March, allowing restaurants with a liquor license to serve alcohol, such as Bloody Marys and mimosas, to customers who couldn't have a Sunday morning drink before. But each city and county has to formally pass this bill on their own.
We were approached by the Convention and Visitors Bureau and the Chamber of Commerce, looking at this as an economic impact that we could have on the community.
New York, Washington, D.C., and Ohio are just some of the states that have passed similar laws to the brunch bill within the last 5 years, and West Virginia is catching on.
West Virginia has had a law for decades that no alcohol can be purchased in the state until 1 p.m. on Sunday afternoons. But since the brunch bill was passed, local restaurants can start serving alcohol at 10 a.m. for Sunday brunch.
And restaurants like Table 9 and Iron Horse are already benefiting from the brunch bill.
We would get a big pop around 11 and then one at 1 o'clock. So it's actually helped us provide better service because now we have like a steady flow into the restaurant.
This bill was passed in hopes of driving the economy forward, but also allows people another way to enjoy their Sunday brunch.
Well, I think a lot of times people want to celebrate with brunch and early in the morning, and I think it gives them that opportunity to do so.
While restaurants can sell alcohol starting at 10 a.m., grocery and liquor stores still can't sell any until 1. That's right, Hannah. While posts of the devastation have inspired many to donate money and supplies to the victims, one student was inspired to lend her voice to the cause. Nate Temple joins us now from Studio B at the Media Innovation Center to tell us more. Nate? Well, with Bridge Day over, sports fans have something else to look forward to this fall. The 2016 WVU men's basketball team is gearing up for their season. While Morgantown passed the bill under home rule last October, residents voted on making the brunch bill countywide this election day by a 66% vote. And I'm Taylor Deere. The attacks destroyed the World Trade Center, damaged the Pentagon, and claimed the lives of 40 heroes that prevented an attack on the White House. An epidemic of gun violence has struck the nation, and West Virginia is no exception. 2 shootings have taken place in Morgantown in the past few months. That's right, Hannah, and with more and more coal companies going bankrupt, there's a new danger for miners, losing their benefits. I visited the United Mine Workers of America to learn about a bill that could prevent financial crisis. Welcome back to our special edition show. We remember 15 years after 9/11. That's right, Hannah. The American Heart Association says that eating fish just twice a week can reduce your risk of these diseases. Now, Reed College of Media students and faculty are educating residents about the health benefits of eating seafood. Thanks, Jonah. We hope the Mountaineers stay on top. And that's going to do it for this week's edition of WVU News. You can visit us online on our website. Thanks, Nate. When the Twin Towers were hit, cell phone networks crashed, making it nearly impossible for those in New York to let their families know they were safe. And I'm kicking off our team coverage of the debate by hitting the streets of Morgantown. Here's my report on how local residents feel about the 2 presidential candidates. GM is recalling 2016 models of the Buick Enclave, Chevrolet Traverse, and GMC Acadia SUVs. Thanks, Aaliyah. Before September 11th, the fall 2001 semester at WVU went on as usual, which included Mountaineer football. After the debates, 1 in 9 voters are still undecided. The 3rd presidential debate will take place in Las Vegas on October 19th. Sports reporter Nikki Kay is here with more information on this year's team's big debut. Nikki? A common field one day, a field of honor forever. We're talking about the site of the Flight 93 Memorial. Sports reporter Nikki Kay tells us more about how the team is doing following their 48-21 win over Kansas. We hope to hear country roads a lot more this season. Well, that's going to do it for this week's edition of WVU News. You can visit us online on our website. And I'm Taylor Deere. Thanks for watching WVU News. We'll see you next time.